Good evening. How is everybody out there in the world of Facebook? I just want to take a moment. This is Keith, Total Trip, and just want to take a few moments and talk about some vacation stuff. We are right at the beginning of the peak travel season of the year. June, July, August. Everybody's going somewhere. Everybody's got a trip planned somewhere. Everybody's got a weekend getaway planned for somewhere. And so I'm just super excited. I love seeing people get out of their homes and travel the world. I love seeing families go and experience new adventures together. I love to see the face of a child when they get to do something they've never got to do before. Maybe see the ocean for the first time, or ride a roller coaster for the first time, or walk a new nature trail for the first time. So I just love to see families get out, do things together, enjoy life, enjoy the summer. And really, it doesn't have to be a great, big, huge vacation. It doesn't have to be something spectacular that takes you overseas. It can be the simple little weekend trips that you take. Growing up, our family never went on long extended vacations. Unfortunately, my mom just couldn't do that and raise all of us kids at the same time. So she just made it a real priority to take us to local attractions and enjoy things that we could drive to. So even like day road trips are wonderful for the family. So I just really enjoy seeing people get out and experience what's around them and experience what maybe even takes them a little farther away. So we get a lot of questions because our family does travel a lot. We love to travel. We have brought all of our children up traveling. One of the goals that my wife and I had with our kids was that we wanted them to see that there was much more to the world than the home that we lived in, the community that we came from. And so we made it a priority in our family to open up our kids to experiences, to kind of broaden their horizons and let them know, hey, there's much more to the world than what you see every single day right here where you live. So again, whatever your travel experiences are or whatever your travel plans are for the summer, we just are excited to see you going. I would encourage you, if you would, while you got it, just take some time to post some of your pictures if you don't mind. Let us see where you're going, what you're doing all summer long. And so tonight, actually, I'm sitting on my front porch, and I'm going to flip the camera for just a moment. I want you to see something here. I cannot sit down at my home without these dogs. Look, they just seem to think that when I sit down, they should be piled right up on top of me. I don't know why, but that's just what they do. So if you see any commotion, it's the puppies saying hi. And if you hear any buzzing in the background, it is the hummingbirds on the feeders on the front porch. So we love them. Listen, I don't want to take a lot of time tonight, but I do want to take a few moments, and I want to talk about budgets, calendar flexibility, and I want to talk about comparison destinations. And the reason why is my family and we often get a lot of questions about, how do you get to travel so much? Like, how do you do that? And it's no secret we do travel a lot. In fact, this summer we have a couple trips planned that are going to take us outside the U.S. So we have a couple international trips that we're doing this summer alone, and we're looking forward to it. One of those trips is going to be a trip to Kenya, which is one of my favorite places to go in the world. We love to go to Kenya, the people, the land, the work that's there. We thoroughly enjoy it. And then another place we're going this year is we're going back to one of our favorite places, and we're going to Greece this summer. And we're really excited about that. We love Greece. We love the culture, the food. We love the Mediterranean. We love the Aegean, the Ionian Sea. We love all of that. So it's just great. But what I want to talk to you about is there's just a couple things real quick. Listen, when you're talking about travel and you're talking about like where you want to go or how do I even decide where to go, one of the first things I want to tell you as a travel planner is this: put a budget together. Know how much you want to spend, and Everybody's budget is completely different, and we all have different priorities when it comes to vacation. And what will make our vacation special or spectacular for us may not be what someone else thinks is spectacular. And so, again, what I would encourage you to do is this. Put a budget together. Know how much you can spend. And then I know we live in a society that says, just charge it up. Put it on credit. Pay for it later. I want to tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. You can make payments, yeah, but prepay. But put together a budget. Know how much you want to spend, how much you can afford to spend. I have seen a lot of people who have went in over their head, and then the vacation that they thought was going to be the memory, that was going to be the memory of all memories, ended up being the biggest headache, and it ended up becoming a burden more than an experience or something they could enjoy or look back upon and find that they had a fond memory of, because the weight of it became too expensive. And so the first thing I always encourage people is stay in your budget. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone convince you that staying or having a budget for vacation is ridiculous. Stay in that budget, work within those parameters, and I promise you, at the end of the trip, it may have not taken you across the sea, it may not have taken you to another continent or another country, but what it will have done, it will have taken your family down memory lane that they can dwell upon all the rest of their life. So again, budget. Don't be afraid to have a budget for vacation. I think it's super important. So you can find some really great vacations on a dime. Can I use that term in America anymore? Like, we're not going to have a penny after next year, so on a dime. You really can go to some great places, and you can do it on a budget. And here is one of the things that people often forget, which leads me to my very next point, and that is this. How do I find things on a tight budget? How do I find like the best trip on a tight budget? How do I, as a single mom or a single dad, how do I afford my kids, my family, a vacation that I only dreamed of? Here's one of the things I think that helps us be able to do that. One is, it's called flexibility. That's exactly what I said. Flexibility. Have some flexibility in your dates that you can go. Now, I know for some people that just isn't a reality, but if it is a reality, flexibility really is key to finding good deals on vacations. A couple weeks back, I was able to book some people for some Alaskan cruises for like a couple $100 a person for 7 days to Alaska. But the key to that was being flexible, being able to maybe pack and go, or being able to go on a shoulder season when it's not a peak season. And the thing about it is, you're going to get a very similar, if not the same experience as you would if you went in the peak season. And quite honestly, when the crowds are less, our family has a better time. So how do I get a vacation in a good budget? Be flexible. Consider seasons when other people aren't going. Consider going in the wintertime. If it's a beach vacation that you're looking for, consider going in the wintertime. The Caribbean is warm all the time. And so some of our best times in the Caribbean have been during the winter season, or during the off season, or the shoulder season, they call it. And you can get flights, you can get accommodations, you can get car rentals at a lot less cost by being flexible. And that also tends to be able to open you up to being able to get a sale. Cruise lines will often run sales on itineraries that haven't filled up. So they'll have ships that the rooms aren't filled up, and to sell those cabins and get somebody in there, they will drop the price. And so if you can pack and go, or if you're flexible, then you can oftentimes hit a sale that will help you be able to afford that dream vacation. Which also takes me to this next point, and that is this. Sometimes we get our heart set on a certain destination, and we start to look into that destination, and we quickly realize, wait a minute, man, that's going to be a lot of money. I don't think don't think I want to, or I'm not prepared to spend that kind of money on a destination like that. Here's what I encourage you to do. Google can be your best friend. I know a travel planner telling you to go to Google. That seems kind of counterproductive, doesn't it? Well, listen to me. I'm not afraid of a little competition. So, and I'm also not here just to make money. I'm here to help people genuinely have vacations, trips, that really will make memories that last a lifetime. So, you get your heart set on a destination and you quickly realize that's beyond our budget. Here's what I encourage you to do. Go to Google and just simply do a search on destinations that are comparable to the experience that you're looking for at that, whatever that dream destination is. Let's say it's the Maldives. Google what's a similar comparison. Maybe it's a Mediterranean. Google something that is comparable. Google will give you a list of comparable destinations that oftentimes are not as popular, and because they're not as popular, there's not as much demand, and when there's not as much demand, guess what? The price is automatically much lower. So pick out some destinations and do a comparison. And to be honest with you, here's what I want to tell you. You may find that the destination that you were looking for really wasn't all that you thought it was going to be. It was a lot of hype, but the comparison destinations that you find actually will provide a better experience for you and your family, and at a much less cost. So let me help you understand. Our family is going to Greece in the summer. And so that's a Mediterranean experience. We're going to go to the Greek islands and we're going to have a great time. And you say, well, how can you afford that? Let me break that down for you. This is how my mind works. So I'm going to pay a little bit more for airfare because I'm flying further. But let's say I was wanting to go to the Virgin Islands to snorkel. Okay? But so here's the comparison for my family. Greece or the Virgin Islands. All right, so the airfare for Greece is going to be a couple $100s or more higher than it's going to be for the Virgin Islands. Okay, I get it. The flights are going to be a little bit more expensive. But here's where you really got to start to figure things up and put your budget together. Your accommodations, way less. So if I'm going to run an Airbnb in the Virgin Islands for a week, it can cost me $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $2,000. And that's for just a moderate place. That's not even anything spectacular or fancy, all right? I can go to Greece and I can get the same type of accommodation for a week for under $300. So the little bit more I spent on the airfare, I actually saved in my accommodations. Let's take it a step further. Car rental, because you're going to drive around. You ain't going to sit in one place. You don't want to take a taxi all the time, so you're going to drive around. A car rental, the Virgin Islands, for a week, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, easy. Greece, car rental for a week, $250. Just save money. Okay, let's take it a step farther. All right, I'm going to eat. Who is going to go on vacation and not eat? Right, we're all going to go to a vacation to eat. Like, if we all become foodies on vacation. All right, so here's the thing about it. Virgin Islands. If I'm going to go to a restaurant, I'm going to eat. You're looking $30, $40 a person sometimes for dinner. You know, a family of five can stop at a restaurant in the Virgin Islands and drop $150, $200 just like that. Okay? You're going to eat good, but it's going to cost you. Greece. My family goes to dinner. We sit down to dinner at night. 5 of us. We eat. $40. $40. Or 150. The reason I'm telling you that is this. Sometimes we get the idea that a destination is out of our budget or out of the realm of our budget because we're looking at the airfare might be more expensive, but we failed to figure in the cost of accommodations, the cost of car rental, the cost of experiences. All right, let's just take it another step farther. All right, so let's say Greece. We're going to go to Greece. So we want to go to a water park one day, okay? They have water parks in Greece. let's say I'm going to try to do something aquatic, like some kind of water park in the Virgin Islands. They do have a couple of ones, small ones. In the Virgin Islands, it's cost me $40, $50, $60, $75 a person, all right? In Greece, $25. $25 for the entire day, for a whole entire water park. So I'm telling you that so that you understand that sometimes a destination really isn't out of the realm of possibility for you when you know your budget and you do comparison cost, and then you figure out what it may cost for this. Can I just say this? Our family spends as much money in Branson, Missouri as we do in a lot of other destinations much farther and exotic away from here. Am I taking away from Branson? No, I like Branson. I have a great time in Branson. But I can see the world and spend less money than I can if I drive 3 hours from my home to Branson. It all comes down to a comparison of the cost, from food to car rental to accommodation to experiences to your airfare traveling to and from. And so if you're thinking about a vacation, you're thinking about a trip for your family for Christmas, you're thinking about a trip next spring, maybe you're a last minute procrastinator and you're getting ready to call me and say, I want a trip this summer somewhere. Shame on you, but we'll figure it out. But you're a procrastinator and you're saying, I don't know, I think it might be out of the realm of our budget's beyond our budget. Maybe after you sit down and you count the cost, you find out, wait a minute, I can do that. But you never know until you first do what I just said. Put a budget together. Know how much you're willing to spend. And then stick to your guns. If you can stick to your guns, you're flexible, and you do some comparison cost, I'm going to tell you, you will find your family in some places that you never thought your family could afford to go. All because you did your homework. All right, I probably bored you long enough tonight, but it's something that's been on my mind for a couple of days. I just want to kind of just stop in and say, hey, maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe Greece is on your bucket list. Go, give it a try. Maybe Europe is on your bucket list. Give it a try. Maybe you want to see the ocean for the first time in the Gulf of America, Mexico. Maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility. So whatever it is, at Total Trip, we'd love to help you. And it never hurts to give me a call. It never hurts to shoot me an email. It never hurts to reach out and message us through Facebook Messenger, and we'll get back to you. We'll answer your questions. And I'm just going to be real honest with you. And sometimes this gets me in trouble. If you have questions about a trip, feel free to reach out to us, because we'll be more than glad to help you. Even if we didn't book the trip, even if you don't end up booking the trip with us, even if you end up not booking the trip at all, it never hurts to ask, and you never know till you ask. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. I'm not trying to be spiritual on you, but it's the truth. So give us a call. We'd love to answer any questions that we can. We do have a comparison chart that we can help you use to kind of make sure that you're touching all the bases, so that if you are trying to put a budget together for your vacation, we have a budget form that will help you kind of like check off all the things that are necessary, and maybe even give you some ideas of things you never considered into the cost, so that you are prepared for this trip. Listen, we're not here just to send you away and be unprepared. We want your trip to be the best vacation that it can be. So we try to do everything we can, all of our homework, dot all of our I's, cross all of our T's. So all you have to do is enjoy the journey and let us do the handle the hassle, and you make the memories. All right. It's Keith with Total Trip. Me and my puppies here tonight. Of course, they're going to be all over. Sitting on the front porch listening to my hummingbirds back there in the background. So, all right. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great evening. Maybe something I said tonight can help you. And again, reach out to us, totaltrip.org. The letter K, King, K-I-N-G, @totaltrip.org. Shoot me an email. Go to our Facebook page. Message us on Facebook. We'll be glad to help you out if we can. And go to our website, totaltrip.org, and you can fill out, start your journey now, begin your journey now, ask us some questions, or shoot us a text, 573-854-8747, which is 573-854-TRIP. All right, it's Keith, Total Trip. Hope you have a great evening. We'll talk at you soon. Enjoy the journey, and I hope you have a great summer. Bye.